Now we're back.
We're back, ladies and gentlemen.
Episode 173.
173 of these bad boys.
That's a lot.
To be truthful with you, if this were a welterweight bout, we would be 1 pound over the allotted limit. We'd have to sacrifice 20% of our purse to the opponent.
Or we could just move up a weight class, which I think we're ready to do.
I'm not. I'm trying to go down.
I'm talking about this thing. Next level. Next weight class.
That's a sensitive word for me, weight class.
Next division.
I'm trying to go down.
Talking about the show. Next division up.
Going from Bellator to UFC.
Yeah, I'm losing this guy here already.
Got to be honest, though, the quality of the heavyweight division is not the best division. So once again, I think I've made my point.
Who's the show brought to us by?
Jack Daniel's whiskey. It's a Band-Aid for your soul.
It feels like you have a lot of times where you're medicating and you're putting a Band-Aid on your soul.
No.
It's slowing down, though.
No, actually.
Extreme Cage Combat? You can't even turn on.
XCC 27.
At the Fuge.
If you guys are listening to this the day it comes out, or if you're watching it live, it's tomorrow, Friday, in Warminster, PA. If you haven't gotten your tickets, what are you waiting for?
Bullet and myself will be there.
We'll be signing autographs.
I like how we put the monitor right in front of you, so I can't even see it.
Do you really need to see it, though? I feel like you
I like to
live
see you.
No, he loves to see himself.
Self.
I love to see you.
Yeah.
Who else is brought to us by WWE Network?
WWE Network. This Sunday, after you come see the XCC, you can go home and enjoy some sports entertainment.
Is there a special event on Sunday?
Yeah, it's WWE Fastlane, which is going to be...
What?
Yeah, Kevin Owens is going to defend the Universal title
Fastlane?
against Bill Goldberg.
Who's going against him?
Bill Goldberg.
I know who Bill Goldberg is. Who's the other guy?
Kevin Owens. The WWE Universal Champion, pal.
All right. Well, I don't know who that is either. But Sunday you can watch it. Fastlane, WWE. Resp Tattoo.
Resp Tattoo. He's I've been talking to him. We're going to go Saturday up to the gun store.
That's what we were supposed to do last Saturday.
Yeah, but, I was having car issues.
Where's Resp located right now?
I don't know.
Okay, but you can find him at resptattoo.com, right?
There's a light that you can go to the top of the police station, and it's a big fist. It's a life-size fist for his big fucking hands.
Stitcher Smart Radio?
Smartest way to listen to radio on or off the radio. You can listen, download, stream thousands of your favorite shows, create custom playlists.
I think you do the Stitcher one the best. Let's try it again. Stitcher Smart Radio?
Stitcher Smart Radio, the smartest way to listen to radio on or off the radio. You can download, stream thousands of your favorite shows, create custom playlists, and now they have an ad-free option, and you have exclusive podcasts that are not found anywhere else. It's a premium option, so if you people have some money, you want to kind of throw it away. I shouldn't even say throw it away. Maybe you want to take your podcasting listenership to the next level.
Netflix?
What have I been watching on Netflix lately?
I've been watching the Santa Clarita Diet, which I absolutely love.
Oh, I'm thinking, no.
No, I'm not watching that? Are you correcting me on what I'm watching?
No.
Okay, just want to make sure. I accept your apology.
I'm sorry. Are you really watching it, though?
Yeah, it's actually really good.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, fuck yeah. I've been saying it for like 3 or 4 weeks in a row. If you make a suggestion, you talked about some fucking wrestling match a few weeks ago. We watched it. I've been telling you about this show every week, and what do? Yeah, fucking slap.
I hand wave it.
Leatherman Tools?
I use this thing every day at my job, and it's a great investment. Comes in this handy-dandy pouch. Feel that. It's kind of like the Bathroom Buddy, except for men.
It's handy and it's dandy.
Look, I even got it like a flashlight. Look.
Oh, shit. Handy, dandy, and lady.
I meant to flash that in your eyeball, but then I pulled away at the last second because I don't want to kind of have that show. I want to have a nice show this
Okay,
week.
you don't want to be volatile. Also brought to us by
Pro-Am Belts, the makers of this fine championship belt right here, the World Openweight Intergender Combat Sports Championship, held by yours truly.
You at the beginning, you didn't even say. You said maybe I'll break the belt out. We're not even like 2 minutes into the show. We haven't even done the fucking credits yet.
I'm just letting them know. Maybe they've
They're
stumbled upon
sponsored
this.
out. So you're saying you're not pulling it out the rest of the show.
That's correct.
All right. I feel like we're missing somebody still. Oh, Fleshlight.
Oh, we'll never forget them. You know what? I have a buddy of mine, and I don't want to name names. He
His first name Flesh and his last name Light.
no,
Is
he's
his name
recent.
Kevin Honeycutt.
No, he recently got single by no fault of his own. He's kind of busted up about it.
Did you
And
shoot him
he's-
up with a flashlight?
Well, no, he was wondering if he should do the time-honored tradition of plug a hole in his heart by plugging a hole. And I said, no, don't do that.
I didn't know about that tradition.
You never heard about like guys fucking their pain away?
No.
Well, you're married, you wouldn't. Anyway, I said, no, dude, get a fleshlight, and then you're fine.
Plug that in your heart.
Yeah.
And now he's fine?
I don't know. He hasn't bought one yet.
Flashlight broke up with him too. Now what?
Shoot himself.
Let's start the show.
Let's start it. Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, mesdames et messieurs, Damen und Herren, from what was once an inarticulate mass of lifeless tissues, may I now present a cultured, sophisticated man about town.
You don't like it?
It's time once again for another episode of Coming At Ya. Coming At Ya. A podcast about the world of mixed martial arts, boxing, pro wrestling, coming at ya, and heavy metal music with a slice of comedy for good measure. Coming at ya.
That fade was pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm going to just leave
Not
it
bad
right
at all, if I don't do say so myself.
Yeah.
I'm actually watching the video of me like rocking out to the beginning.
I could totally believe that you would watch a video of yourself rocking out.
I didn't
Jesus
realize I was on
Christ.
camera. I was looking at him. He's like, "Get ready for the camera. Get ready for the camera."
The only
And then I look
person in my life that I've ever met that was more vain than you was when,
Vain?
yeah, loved to look at himself.
I don't like to look at myself.
When Wilson first came to the States and was living with me,
Is Wilson like that?
back then, I think he was here for like the first week living with me. And I go down the hallway and I see him lifting weights and he's looking at himself in the mirror while he's lifting. Like, remember that scene in American Psycho when he's
Yeah,
looking?
that's exactly what I was thinking of.
Exactly what it was like. And I was like, Wilson, are you looking at yourself lift? And he's like, yeah, man, I'm looking good. He didn't even give a fuck. He didn't even deny it or try to hide it. He's like, fuck, like,
Why do you
yeah.
got to try to hide it?
If I looked like that, I probably wouldn't try to hide it.
Like, the more you work out, the more you look at yourself, probably.
I try not to look at myself too much.
But as you get thinner, when you get dressed, it's not just throwing clothes on. You're probably taking an extra minute. Look at yourself. Does this look good?
Not yet. I will get there, though.
When you lost the weight, did you look at yourself more often? Just say it. You know the answer. We all know the answer.
He took the sheets down from the mirrors.
I was
Just-
I was in mourning
You looked at yourself more often.
a little bit.
Confidence level was a little higher. You maintained yourself more because you were analyzing yourself more often. Am I right?
maybe. A little bit. I'm maintaining this. I kind of.
I understand that. It's baby soft.
It's like no, this has got a little bit of scruff on it. It's like
Oh,
dangerous.
you were patting above the beard.
Yeah,
When you
it's
were
a-
patting. I thought you were talking about
a
skin.
little dangerous. I'm like, look, you know, it's a
Alright.
little bit of an edge to me.
Yeah, you need a beard. You got like face that needs a beard.
What camera?
What
are
did
we
I
on?
call you the other day? I called him a bucket head. We were in the middle arguing about something, and I called him a bucket head, and he's just sitting there, and he's like, "Why?" It's like, "'Cause your head's the size of a 5-gallon bucket, fucking gigantic." So
What
as,
a dick.
As you lose weight, right, which is what you're in the process of,
25 pounds down.
25 pounds now so far since the middle of January, right? Is that what we're looking at?
That is correct.
Okay, so you're making fun of me for being vain. And I know the reason that you're losing weight is for the purpose of being healthier, right? And being around longer, right? But
And
at
I'm working on
some
other things as
point
well.
During that journey, you're going to hit a spot where you feel really good about yourself, right?
Correct.
And you're going to start looking in the mirror more often.
Possibly.
So the critique of myself, critique of Wilson looking at himself in the mirror,
It's misdirected fat guy anger. I mean, that's what it is.
do you feel like that's what it is?
Yeah. Not really. No, I'm not jealous.
Hey, Bullet. Chris likes to look at himself in the mirror while he's working out, enough that he takes a picture of himself working in the mirror.
Oh, I know.
And then posting it.
Oh, I know.
I'm getting back in shape, right?
Yep.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with it. You're just motivating yourself.
Never been on Instagram? Fucking everybody takes pictures of themselves. No, I'm just saying.
You're not going to defend yourself.
How about you post a picture of yourself?
Nope.
Why? Say the reason.
Because I'm not as vain.
So you'll make fun of me. It's Mr. Fat Guy stuff again.
Whoa. Wow.
Actually, Todd used to be, I guess, grossly overweight. He looked like he got stung by a lot of bees.
Grossly. How is that not offensive?
Oh, I didn't mean anything by it.
It comes from a good place.
It comes from a good place.
Grossly. I want to regurgitate when I look at you. That's like...
There's been times where he's been out of shape, and my attempts to make him healthy again are by just pure ridicule.
I don't respond to that.
Unbridled anger.
I don't respond to that negative
But
shit.
I was just thinking about when you said it, because you texted me a picture about your anxiety the other day.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just like, just stop being fat.
Yeah.
Stop.
Oh, that's it? Okay.
Yeah. But you're not fat anymore.
Not skinny.
You're not skinny, but you're not fat.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
I'm getting closer to touching my toes, too.
But as you get healthier, you're down 25 pounds. You're looking in the mirror more. You're feeling better about yourself. You shaved. You cleaned up your hair. Your overall presentation is much better.
Yeah,
It's all part of it,
A little bit.
right? You're looking in the mirror and you're feeling good about yourself.
Not yet.
Don't be afraid to look in the mirror.
Yeah.
If you're feeling good about yourself, like everybody always makes fun of me. Oh, you do this. I don't care. I want to feel good about myself whenever I'm doing something.
I've been doing a lot of meditating. I've been using that Aura app.
Actually, I like the Aura app. Are we done with the weight loss talk?
No, we can
All
keep
right,
talking
you're still doing the DDP yoga.
Yeah, DDP
Okay.
yoga. Yeah.
So you sent me a link to an app, I guess like a week or two ago. I downloaded it right away.
And I got the premium.
I fucking downloaded it, right? I was super excited. Bullet says this is good, right? Kind of like Santa Clarita Diet, which you didn't go watch when I said it was awesome.
That's correct.
I was like, Bullet recommends this.
Did you use it?
No, I haven't used it at all, but I downloaded it. That's all you said in your text. Download this app. I was like, all right, cool. Downloaded it. Nothing.
I am making a conscious effort
But it reminds me every morning to have a great day.
to work on the mental side of being healthy, and I'm trying to cultivate an attitude of being in a better space mentally. I'm trying to be more thankful. I'm trying to be less of a dick.
More appreciative.
Yeah. And
Right.
like today,
Do you find that you carry yourself differently when you're being more positive?
I find that my natural base is to be pissed off, angry, or depressed in some form. So,
Which one is usually the one?
it depends.
There's usually a stronger one that's out more.
Well,
than
it's
the
just
other.
anger. It's which direction you're pointing it in. So,
Just don't be angry.
yeah, right. But I find that like I'm working on things that are shutting that down, and I'm allowing myself to be open to the idea of being happy and to
What was wrong with being happy before?
I don't know. It always seemed
Fake?
yeah,
Ingenuine?
yeah. And I've noticed that like ever since I've tried to be, more positive and
It's
and
kind of like
in a better
rolling a
mood.
snowball down a hill, right?
Yeah.
It starts out small. You're kind of nice to a couple people. Next thing you're nice to more people, and then everybody's nice to you and nice back. And before you know it, your snowball's gigantic.
I feel like this is an opportunity for you to make fun of my weight again.
No, I'm not making fun of your weight. It was my metaphor of gaining momentum with your kindness and positivity.
Yeah, I'm trying. I don't want to be that annoying guy, the annoying positive guy, but it's just like,
Too late.
yeah, I think
You crossed that line a while ago.
a couple times I think I may have,
You're not even close to crossing the line.
.
Crossing the line is like being a vegan and trying to convince everybody they need to be a vegan.
Fuck that.
Right?
I like steak too much.
Well, I'd like to keep you staying positive, but Marty Thomas said you look like a shaved ape. Positive. I believe that's positive.
Yeah.
Apes do look good shape.
It's funny because Marty's in my band, and
Is Marty's in half ton of humanity?
Yeah.
How much humanity is Marty?
very little. He lost like over like 100-something pounds.
What?
Yeah.
So what's he down to? Like 3?
No, he's like skinny.
Oh,
He's
okay.
smaller than you.
So is he using the same method of motivation that I use? By just insults?
No,
Until
Marty.
you're like, fuck it.
Marty is just dead inside like us, and he just likes. I think the first time I lost all the weight, he said to me, he goes, "Don't throw out your fat clothes,"
Oh, that's a confidence booster for sure.
Yeah, no. Don't throw out your fat clothes. You're going to need them again.
Let's curse him right now.
No.
Yeah, Marty. Gonna be fat.
No.
He's got doll's eyes.
Who's got doll's eyes?
Marty.
Does he?
No. You said he's dead.
Oh, he's dead. He has just black eyes, like shark eyes.
Shark eyes.
Kind of. He is you would get along with Marty. He just
I'm sure I would if he's saying shit like that.
You would get along because it would sink right in and you guys would all just start making fun of me.
We would just hit the ground running.
Oh, without a doubt.
But
Volpe just put in their hashtag team dead inside.
I think it's good to be what you put out, you get back a lot of the time,
Sure.
right? Like I've had a pretty shitty week for work, right? I try to be positive throughout the day. Even when shit's going bad, I still try to throw some humor into it to make myself feel better. And if you go through the day and you go out of your way just to say hi to people, you know, which I know you don't do, but
No.
if you just have friendly contact with people, it can totally change the way you feel.
I am allowing myself to. I'm not going to that negative place, and I'm just allowing myself to be in good moods and not.
There's
feel,
nothing wrong with a good mood,
like today. Before I came up here,
right? You were in a bad mood.
I wouldn't say I was in a bad mood. I was
You're
just
down and you're a little doldrumish.
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
Ish.
But then, I just picked up a guitar, was noodling around because I was waiting for the dryer to get done. I didn't want to run it when I was gone.
Because it's a fire hazard.
It just
Safety first.
Yeah.
Safety first, guy.
And it just, I don't know, like something like I had like a little fucking,
You had
something
a
just
moment?
clicked.
You had a
and I was like,
moment with your
wow.
musical instrument?
Yeah. And it was cool. Kind of put me in a good mood.
And then I texted you and started harassing you.
No, it was after that.
Oh, okay. So
was
that was
com-
good.
it was
It's
completely after
positivity after me.
Completely.
So I've harassed him many times, like the picture up on the wall over there.
Yeah.
When you come in. Today we had a little interaction with bad email addresses. Like you really threw me under the bus, like on Facebook.
Yeah, I did.
I log on to Facebook, and there's an instant message between him, myself, and Helen from XCC that just turned on me at one point, and it's probably like 15, 20 messages long.
Yeah.
And I turn it on. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit?
Yeah.
Like he said my email address was,
I love to grapple with dudes at Verizon.net.
yeah. And then she corrected him and said, I love boys.
Yeah. She
At
went
Verizon.net.
she went to a dark place like right away.
Right away.
Yeah.
And then I said, bullet is powerbottom215 at ilovedudeswithdicks.com.
Yeah. And then she said that she accepts my gay lifestyle. To which I'll have the last laugh because when they listen to the playback of XCC 27, I'm gonna be like, "Oh my god!"
Hello. Do you have any bad email addresses that you had before?
Bigfatnut69 at yahoo.com.
Is that a real email address you had?
It was, yeah.
And what made you motivated you to get that one?
I just wanted to. I would love the look on the face when I would go to doctors' offices and they would ask if I wanted to put my email address down, and I would use that one.
I think my first email address was Kid Perry at whatever.
Bigfatnut69 at yahoo.com.
Is it still active?
No, I stopped it, and then for a while I was tap out 215.
Do you ever like see somebody's email and like it automatically dates them?
Yes,
Like I still have a few customers that use
my brother still has an AOL that he uses.
I still have a few customers that use AOL, and then and I thought that was funny. I'm like,
You've got
fucking people
mail.
are still using AOL. What the fuck?
Right?
So like a week or two ago, somebody asked me for my email, and I said it was at Hotmail, and they're like, Hotmail? Like I guess that's like an old.
What do you use to log on the MySpace with
Yeah,
that?
kind of like AOL, and then like that because they have like what are the other like MSN.com, which is pretty common, but so many people have like core email addresses.
No, I just have,
like Google. I think would be probably the most current one that most people like, right?
or Gmail.
Gmail, yeah.
Yeah, probably.
But I said Hotmail, and they're just like, I only had that email address. I'm like, well, I got a couple of Hotmail email addresses. It felt really bad.
And I think I used the Big Fat Nut 69 one for my first browser subscription.
Do you still pay for browsers?
Yeah, a year. I pay $80 a year.
$80 for porn that you could get for free.
Okay, hold on.
Free porn.
How much does it cost? Like you and your wife are going to go on a date night. Let's just I know. Let's pretend that you guys are going to go on a date night.
Right.
All right.
All right.
How much do you think you're going to spend on her?
Whatever she tells me to.
Throw out a ballpark.
All right, we went out to on Monday night. We did a family thing.
Throw a ballpark.
I'm giving you a ballpark. We went to escape the room, and then we went out to dinner with her family. And it was like 200 and some a person or a couple.
Did she put it on you when you guys got home?
No, she reminded me how angry she was.
Okay, that's great. So I pay
Good one. You just led me right into that too.
$80 a year. All right, and I'm shooting ropes, buckets of ropes.
You're not shooting ropes.
Okay,
They're not fucking ropes.
accumulative.
It's like a faucet that somebody forgot to turn off.
It's like a little squirrel
Probably
nut.
just like-
it's like a little squirrel
It's
nut.
a drip. It's probably just a little drip.
It is kind of like when you want to leave your
Like I just see
your
Bullet
faucets on
just
in the middle of a winter night.
beating his dick like it owes him money, and at the end, like just it's like
Telling you what, man, you're a sucker because
yeah. Well,
you're a sucker. Because me, I'm happy. I'm happy.
you're getting happy anyway.
I'm happy.
Fucking, that's some weird. How much porn do you actually watch when you're by yourself? Do you
Not
do a
that
lot
much.
of weird shit when you're by yourself?
I-
What else do you do?
Practice?
Smell your own farts?
No.
Like if you fart
What?
in the room that you're in, do you get up and walk out because it smells so bad, or you just sit there and work through it?
I would probably leave the room.
You're full of shit.
Or I would go into the
giggle.
bathroom and turn the fan on.
No, I giggle.
Yeah. I'm like, that's a good one.
Really?
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
And then you wonder, like, where the fuck did that just come from?
I don't do that. It's nasty.
You've never had, like, a fart that just burned on the way out, and it's just like,
Oh, yeah.
what the fuck?
And I disgusted myself.
And you didn't sit there in it and just be like, what the fuck just happened? Or you just get up and walk out?
I would get up and walk out.
Really?
Yeah.
Never touched on it yourself?
You never touched the oven yourself?
Not purposely. You do that purposely to yourself?
No, he does. That's his thing. So like if you fart in your car, do you immediately put the windows down?
Yeah. Like, doesn't everybody?
I don't think they do. Somebody chime in, please. I don't think they do.
That's fucking nasty, dude.
Do you sing when you're in the car?
All the time.
Top of your lungs?
Depends on the song.
People are in the car?
Never with people in the car.
I sing at the top of my lungs even if people are in the car. Swear to God.
I can imagine that.
Yeah, he sings too. Yeah, like you sing in the car?
I do.
Yeah. Even if I don't even know all the words and I got like 10 people in the car, I'll sing my fucking heart out.
I just imagine you being the asshole brother and stepbrothers with the family, and you're like, come on, it's your solo. Like, what the fuck?
I am totally that guy.
Yeah, it's totally you.
And him and I sang a song last week
Catalina Wine Mixer.
that was on Facebook, and we sang 3 songs. We sang "Never Tear Us Apart," the song from Izzy, whatever the big Hawaiian guy was, Over the Rainbow, and what was the third song? I don't know, but he wouldn't sing the Izzy song because the guy was dead. But he sang the "Never Tear Us Apart," but he forgot that Michael Hutchence was dead as well.
Yeah, he hung himself.
Yeah. But like, if people are like you sing in a band, like you're not going to sing in front of a ton of other people in the car.
No.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not scared to sing. I know I'm a bad singer.
I'm not scared either. I just wouldn't do it.
Like there's a couple songs I nail, right? Like Ring of Fire. I can do Ring of Fire. We did that one in the car.
I would hope so.
We did that one in the car. Not everybody can hit those low notes. Some other, it's the high notes that I have a problem with. But there's times when people are around. I don't care. Like we used to have. Like you actually have some musical talent. Me and that dude. Like our parents made us play trumpet when we were kids. We fucking hated it.
That's a good instrument.
Right?
Miles Davis played the trumpet.
But when Rock Band came out, was it Rock Band or Guitar Hero? It's Rock Band.
Rock Band.
Like we would have like full band nights. Like it was me, him. We both had guitars and mic stands.
Oh, that's so
The
douchey.
fucking drummer. Why is that douchey? You never played a game like a game that's super athletic that you don't like you would never play in real life.
No.
Like you never played Madden football.
Nope.
You never played UFC.
Track and field?
I don't see what your
You
point
ne-
is.
The point is you're not going to play a game because you're like, oh, I can actually run. I'm not going to play track and field. Right?
I can't run anymore.
That's what I'm saying. But we would have full night bands where like he would play drums sometimes. Like his son.
I
would
can't
play
really
guitar.
shit on you because you guys were having fun.
We'd have like 6 or 7 people in the band.
I can't shit
Right?
on you.
And
I
we would
can't.
sing our fucking hearts out.
That's just me holding on to being like you know, you guys are having fun.
You're
so
John
who
Cusack
the
in
fuck am
High
I-
Fidelity.
Yeah, I was
Pretty much.
a little bit more like Jack Black.
But there was a time when my father-in-law was at my house in Maryland, and I was playing with my 2 neighbors. Were you there?
No, but I heard about it.
Yeah, he came down right as I was in the middle of a solo.
Oh, I heard this, and he just looked disgusted at you.
Well, no, he looked at me like, "Why the fuck are you still up? It's 4:00 in the morning, and why are your neighbors here when you have your in-laws there?" And I was right in the middle of the solo. Solo ended, and I threw my beer at the TV like I was an actual rock star. Right
I've never thrown anything on
right
stage.
as my father-in-law walked into the room, he's like, "What the fuck is going on?" He's
Never
like, "You're," and all he goes is this. He leans down. He goes, "You're an asshole," and he walks and he just leaves the room.
That's perfectly put.
Yeah, but like I'm not scared to be myself when people aren't around. Do you ever like talk to yourself or tell jokes or anything like that?
I talk to myself constantly.
I constantly talk to myself.
Yeah.
I was in the mall with my 4 kids in Maryland the other day, and I mentally checked my son Declan through the GameStop window like a hockey game. Like he just happened to be walking in front of it, and I ran up to him and I just like bam, just hit him.
What do you mean you mentally did that?
Mentally, I was putting him through the glass, like just playing. Like I was like, it was like hockey check. But you ever see a dude go through the glass in a hockey game?
So wait a minute. Did you physically?
No, it's my son. I just ran up and just pressed him against the glass. But in my mind, I'm like, I just checked you through the glass. But I do that when I'm by myself. Like I'll see somebody, like there was a guy. I'm not gonna lie, there was a guy on crutches, right? And he looked at me funny, and in my mind, I kicked the crutch out from underneath him. And he just fell on his side. You never do that?
No, I don't. I don't do that much. No.
That much?
No.
Which means you do it.
No, not recently. No.
I think there's a lot of hidden stuff you probably don't talk about.
Holy shit. Are you kidding me?
Like, give us one little tidbit.
I compartmentalize almost everybody in my
Are
life.
you still doing the weird jerk-off thing in your room?
No, I haven't done that style in like years.
Since you broke it?
Since I broke it.
That style. Like, he never told us what it actually is.
It's like a style of kung fu.
It's a fucking style. It's like fucking
It's a technique.
HTH dick technique.
Pretty much when I am home alone, I will read. I will play music.
Are you wearing like a robe? Like a
No.
red robe?
Just a t-shirt and my jammy pants. They're comfortable. My jammy pants.
Do they have feet on them?
No, but I do
So-
have a Batman onesie.
Do you think he has those? You remember those old weightlifting pants that were real baggy?
The Zubaz?
Oh, absolutely.
You think he
He
has a
definitely does.
No.
He's got Batman ones, fucking Superman. You got the American flag ones. You got ones that are fire. You got fucking
The Rex Kwando pants.
Rex Kwando ones. You got ones that are fucking like green colored for fucking St. Patty's Day. You have ones that are Christmas themed. You have ones that are Halloween themed. There's ones for Thanksgiving, Easter, Valentine's Day, the day you lost your virginity. There's fucking all kinds of fucking Zubu pants that you have. And they're hanging, and they're all ironed. So when you put them on, it just fits you perfect. You settle in, different T-shirt to match each one. I know how it works. Yeah.
Well, there you go. There you go.
So let's start some fight news.
Yeah, we should start some
We've
fight
been
news.
talking a little while.
Yeah, you have you.
I only had one beer that whole time.
Are you sure? Are you sure about that?
And we're back again. And we're back. For fight news. A lot of stuff going on. We watched the fights last week.
Yeah, we did.
How'd you like that Beast? Black Beast
The Black
versus,
Beast.
what the hell is his name?
Travis Brown.
Travis Brown. I didn't feel bad for Travis Brown at all.
Yeah, it's been kind of almost like largely forgotten for the most part about how he was accused of domestic abuse.
Yeah,
And,
but there's never been anything substantiated.
Derek Lewis said that he didn't feel bad for hitting him more times
No.
because he likes to put his hands on women.
Yeah, he didn't feel
He
bad at all.
referenced it.
He also called Ronda Rousey out. He's like, where's that fine ass?
He said that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the new announcer, what's his name? Todd, the dude from used to be WWE guy. He actually did a really good job. We're going to come back to that.
Todd Grisham.
We're going to come back to that. But he said, how injured were you in the ring? And
He said he almost shit his pants.
he said he almost shit himself because he needed to take poop,
Yeah.
right? And
That's the kind of honesty that you like.
I loved it. I thought it was a great interview. But do you think he crossed the line at all with the comments?
Yeah. Yeah, I think
Even if you're not a Travis Brown fan, he crossed the line.
I think
If he actually put his hands on a woman, is he crossing the line? Even though it wasn't like kind of like OJ got proven not guilty, but he fucking killed her.
I think that he hasn't really shown me anything that's super impressive. Like, none of his wins have come across top 10 guys. I mean, Roy Nelson, but that was lackluster.
But it was his first fight without Edmund Tarverdine or whatever.
I'm talking about Derek Lewis.
Oh. No, but I like him for some reason. He's got a lot of heart.
Yeah, I
And
guess.
someone pointed out
He's an everyman, and that's what
He
makes...
knows he's the next big country.
Probably.
Yeah.
when you go 6-0 in a heavyweight division, that's
still good.
That's pretty.
Hey, you can't take away the fact that
And if
the
you were
guy's
to
on the
watch
street.
all his fights, like there's just about every fight he gets injured and he's in a bad spot.
Yeah, I mean, he's got heart and all. I mean, it's just for
But
me...
he finds a way to win.
And you can't fault him for that neither, and I'll give you that. I mean, it's just... I don't know. I just think he reminds me of Brett Rogers. Remember Brett Rogers?
I do remember Brett Rogers, but I think he's actually a little more talented.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe not.
And he's winning on pure will sometimes.
I think he's winning on the fact that he's got very heavy hands, and if he connects with you and you're wearing 2-ounce gloves, shit's going to happen.
And he's going to take his lumps in the meantime.
Sure, I mean, he is
Did
durable.
you enjoy the fight?
It was all right.
I actually enjoyed the fight because he was up against the fence. He's getting kicked in the fucking belly, which made him want to poop even more.
Yeah.
You know, like I thought it was a very enjoyable fight. Did you like it?
I did. Did you hear his press conference?
No, I didn't hear his press
He was
conference.
talking during the press conference, going, at one point I'm like, I had to squeeze a little toot out, and he goes, and then I felt better, and then all of a sudden, about 30 seconds later, I'm like, oh, it's back.
Yeah, yeah. I got to watch that, but
And everybody's been there at work.
But that dude's honest. That's what I like about him too. He's just like, fuck it.
You can't fault him for that.
I thought the Sarah McMahon fight versus Sarah McMahon versus the girl, like she destroyed that chick.
Yeah, Sarah's really.
But I like
she
it-
had a rocky start coming into the UFC, and I think she's finally starting to get comfortable at that level.
I like that she ran over and said to the girl, you couldn't quite hear what she was saying, but she was encouraging her, like, don't take this as a negative thing.
Sure.
Work harder, be harder.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool.
Well, she is a very good sport. She is an Olympic medalist.
Who else was on the fight card?
You don't even know, do you?
No, there was a couple good fights. Like I actually enjoyed the whole night of fights.
Let's hear the producer.
He hasn't produced a
Johnny
thing yet.
Hendricks. Johnny
Hendricks is on the card.
I thought he lost.
I thought he lost as well.
I think he looked physically a lot better at that weight.
Yeah, he wasn't all gimmicked out.
He wasn't all, killing himself to make 170.
But he looked horrible when he first came in the ring. And
You know what though?
Yeah, he
moved.
didn't look healthy at
He
all.
moved. He was moving a lot better.
I
I think he won that fight.
Who did he
I
fight
think
again?
he looked all right.
Who did he fight? I'm just drawing a blank all of a sudden. Who did he fight? I'll slap you.
No, I'm drawing a blank too. I'm waiting for him to say it.
Who?
Who did Hendricks fight?
Why can't I remember who he fought?
Guy from Bellator. Dan Henderson knocked him out with an elbow.
Oh, not Yoel Romero. The other guy it looks like.
He looks like a mini Yoel Romero.
Yeah, like baby Yoel Romero.
Mini Romero.
Fucking A. Why can't I remember it? You know who I'm talking about. Who?
Hector Lombard.
Hector Lombard. And Hector's a bad dude.
Well, he's a beast in the first round. If you get past the first round with him, and that's why I think you're being a little critical with Johnny Hendricks. I think first round against Hector.
Maybe I just don't like Johnny.
Yeah, sure. I mean, first round though against Lombard is not going to be an easy task for anybody.
You know, I'll give Johnny Hendricks the credit, but when I look at him at 170, and he's tarnished for me because they always talk about how hard of a heavy hitter he was, and he's knocking everybody out. And if you look at the guys he knocked out, it's like Fitch, Campman, not the top guys.
You get a knockout. You get a knockout.
Okay, so you were just saying about the Black Beast a second ago wasn't as important that it had these knockouts.
I didn't say
Right.
that he had the knockouts.
Now
I said
we'll
that-
go back to him for a second. Now he's got those knockouts. Now that he's going against maybe top 10 guys, his punching power should still be as scary like Johnny Hendricks was.
I think momentum is something that's not really talked about as much, and it should be. I think take for instance Chuck Liddell. He was beating guys before they even got in the ring with him because it was, oh my God,
It was mental.
as soon as Chuck touches you, you're going to go to sleep. The same thing with Hendricks. Hendricks was on this roll where it was like if Hendricks hits you, you're going to go out. And he had a lot of momentum. And I think what happened was, that just stopped. He, GSP in that fight with him, I have a hard time watching that fight with Johnny Hendricks, and I don't want to accuse him of being on gear, but
You've accused him a million times of being on gear.
I'm trying to turn a new leaf.
All right, we'll turn a new leaf. But speaking of GSP,
He's back.
he's back.
I think he's going
Did
to
they say
face...
who he's fighting yet?
No, but I think I don't think GSP...
Who should he fight?
Nobody in the top 5 at 170.
Who should he fight?
Michael Bisping.
For a title? You think he stays at 185 if he wins the title?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think they should give Yoel Romero the shot.
I don't think they should give Yoel Romero the shot either. I think
he's a scumbag.
I would like to see GSP fight Anderson Silva.
I don't need some fucking Cuban defector telling me about
Who's the Cuban defector?
Yoel Romero.
You didn't even hear what I said then.
I just said I don't like him. I think he's a scumbag.
Oh.
And I think he's a scumbag.
That was like 2 minutes ago.
Well, we're bringing it back.
He just reset or something like that.
No, I think he was being polite and waiting for you to.
Were
finish your
you
sentence.
being polite? Mm-hmm. I appreciate your politeness. You know,
I just don't. I
accept your apology again.
Thank you. I just don't like Romero. I would be very upset if he were the champion.
So you'd rather GSP fight?
I would rather GSP face Michael Bisping.
Who wins that?
I don't know. I mean, Bisping's on a roll, but I mean, GSP. I mean, would the layoff be good for him? Would it be bad? I don't know.
He's still training the whole time.
I tell you what, if I'm GSP's manager or coach, I would say to GSP, you want absolutely nothing to do with Tyron Woodley. Tyron Woodley would absolutely maul GSP.
I don't think so.
I do.
I don't think so.
I do.
I don't think so.
I think he's bigger, stronger. He hits harder.
Why didn't he maul Wonder Boy?
Do you really think Wonder Boy fights like GSP?
I think Wonder Boy's going to take him this
I
time.
think Wonder Boy's going to take him this
Hold
time.
on.
Wait, hold on. Who's a better fighter, Wonder Boy or GSP?
Right now, it's hard to say because GSP hasn't
Try
fought
to mouth
for
the
years.
words. It's not that hard.
I think styles make fights, and I think stylistically, Wonder Boy offers some problems that
Who's got
GSP
better
doesn't.
hands, Woodley or GSP? Say it, GSP.
I think
Who's got better wrestling, GSP?
Woodley.
No.
Get the fuck out of
No.
here. Get
No,
the
no, no, no,
fuck
no, no,
out of
no,
here.
No.
Pull it up.
I guarantee. What's he going to pull up?
Not gonna.
What's he going to pull up?
I'll pull it up.
You pull that shit up.
I bet GSP has the best MMA wrestling ever.
I guarantee you.
You can't guarantee. Is this a written guarantee?
Was this Dusty coming out?
I guarantee.
Is
Is Dusty coming out?
Is this a fucking guarantee that's in writing?
I guarantee you. Now, look, I understand why some people don't like Tyron Woodley because, you
Not
know,
about not liking him. Nobody said
Sure
anything
it is.
about not
Sure
liking
it
him.
is.
No,
Sure
I
it
like
is.
GSP.
he's the most disrespected champion in the history
Demetrius
of the UFC.
Johnson is.
Bullshit. People, all kinds of people that are in the know.
Which
give
people? Who knows?
Anybody that knows anything
Who
about
knows?
MMA.
Give me a name.
Tyron Woodley
You don't
is the
have fucking
most.
names. You don't know anybody
Tyron
that
Woodley
knows.
is the most disrespected champion in the
You've been
history of the
drinking
UFC.
fucking Kool-Aid.
Been drinking whiskey.
You've been drinking the Kool-Aid, the Tyrone T. Wood Kool-Aid.
Tyron Woodley would maul GSP
No.
if they fought today.
Nope.
Yes, he would.
How old's Tyrone Woodley?
Younger than GSP.
How old is Tyrone Woodley?
Ask our producer to look it up. He won't look up at his.
I bet you he's a very similar age to GSP.
I don't think he is.
You want to bet? How old do you think GSP is? 35? 36?
I don't know. But I really do think that Tyron Woodley is.
He's 34. He's older than I thought.
Who?
Tyrone Woodley.
T-
How
Wood?
old's GSP? 35?
Yeah. So he's younger than
Remember
GSP.
when GSP was like in his 20s?
Yeah, he was a young kid. I mean, look, I think Tyron Woodley. Look what he did to Robbie Lawler.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is, he has.
Look at
Hold on.
Look at
Hold
Josh
on.
Thompson did.
Hold on. He has legitimate knockout power.
Yeah, 35.
He-
Thank you. He's a
he-
year older, right?
You don't think that you think Tyron Woodley's is a fucking puff? You think he's just like an easy fight for anybody?
No, I never said he was a puff. I said GSP beats him.
I don't think he does. And I'll tell you another thing.
You know, I'll bet
the Wonder Boy fight, I think
If
Tyron
that-
Woodley won that fight 3 rounds to 2. And you got to give him credit.
Let's
You want to
bet on
talk
the
about
next
Hart.
fight. You wanna
You
bet
want
on
to talk
next fight?
about Hart. He was having some problems with Wonder Boy. Did anybody give Wonder Boy a fight like that?
I'm not going to answer.
Exactly. I think Tyron Woodley not only successfully defends his title against Wonder Boy.
Who wins, GSP or Wonder Boy?
GSP versus Wonder Boy?
Yeah.
GSP.
Who wins Woodley versus GSP?
Woodley.
GSP all day.
You don't bet
All fucking
against
day.
the champion.
You
GSP?
never
GSP Bisping?
GSP Bisbing GSP. I always pick GSP.
They say he's slated to come back and either fight Connor or
He kills Connor.
Bisping.
Fucking destroys Connor.
You think?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Look how big GSP is compared to him.
Yeah, but do you think the game has changed any in the 3 years that GSP or when did he leave?
GSP's still been
Hold on.
training.
When was his last fight? There's a big difference.
Probably 2.5 years ago, but the dude's still training. He's still training with the same fucking guys all the time.
Please don't touch my belt. You son of a bitch. When did he leave? Because I think the game has changed.
The game may have changed, but he's still
And
training.
I'm going to tell you another thing.
His last fight was November 16, 2013.
And do you know why I think Connor beats GSP?
Why?
Because I
Wait,
think
while you're on that thought, why didn't the Korean Zombie lose if the game changed? He's been out for 3 or 4 years, right?
I think
Because he's still been training.
there's a difference in levels, though.
GSP's fucking all the way at the top.
Yeah.
You don't think his partners are at the top?
The reason why I think Connor would beat GSP is I think that GSP has shown in the past that he allows opponents to get into his head. And
Who?
GSP.
Who's got in his head?
Nick Diaz got in his head.
Nick Diaz took a whooping.
Hold on. But in the build-up to the fight,
At what point was he in GSP's head?
the entire time,
I would agree with that.
Give me an
GSP
example.
GSP doesn't have the ability to come back. He's
GSP...
Like verbally?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think Connor would get in his head. You give that fight a big build-up, and I think
All right,
by
hang
the
on. To
I
your
think
point.
by the
To
end
your
of the
point.
build-up, hold
Diaz
on.
is in his head, and what happened to Diaz?
But
So Connor gets in his head. Connor gets killed because
not
he's in his head.
necessarily. I think if he can force GSP, what's the one knock on GSP before he left? He was starting to fight very conservatively. He was starting to fight not to lose. Now, he's no longer the champion, so that could be very freeing for him. There's nothing for him to lose anymore.
I like the way he said freeing.
Okay? However, if Connor can goad GSP into fighting a less conservative style and to fight aggressive, Connor's a great counter fighter. He's a great counter puncher. Ask Jose Aldo.
Okay.
Connor is a
They only fought once for 13 seconds. It's not you say, oh, he's great at it.
It doesn't. Okay.
Joe Rogan. What does Joe Rogan say, Todd? If you knock somebody out with a lucky punch, it wasn't lucky.
I meant to hit him.
Meant to hit him.
I'll give you another
Okay.
example. Conor McGregor against Eddie Alvarez. Eddie Alvarez went out there and said, "Oh, none of the shit he's doing is going to matter. None of the shit that he's saying is going to matter." After the fight, what did Eddie say? I fought a dumb fight. I didn't do any of the stuff that we worked on.
So you're saying Eddie and GSP have the same amount of self-control in
They're
the ring?
very similar styles. They're boxer wrestlers with good submissions.
Did you say that they're the same level of control from the two of them in the ring?
What I'll
So
say
GSP's
again,
not in control of his emotions. He's
showing
exactly like
he
Eddie
has
was?
shown in the past that he's mentally weak and
Who-
that he allows
who has he
opponent-
lost his emotions with in the ring?
I know one, and it wasn't to his benefit when he came after Matt Serra the second fight.
No, yeah, on the rage,
wanted
on the
to-
angry
Matt-
side, but
Matt's-
but beyond that fight, you've never seen GSP angry or upset or happy or anything.
Matt Serra, Matt Hughes. He said right before the fight, he was like, I was like really nervous, and he's my idol.
Why would he be afraid of Matt Serra?
Matt Hughes.
You
Why,
just said Matt Serra and Matt Hughes.
why would he be afraid of Matt Serra? I don't know, because he tapped out the punches from him.
Yeah, that was he going to get afraid before that? If he tapped out the punches, then you say, okay, I got to fight this guy again. Now I'm afraid.
Yeah, and how did he fight him that fight? He didn't
Beat
stand
the
with him.
fuck out of
and
him.
he didn't want to stand with him for a second.
But what you're saying is that somebody got in his head, and when he got in a cage, he fucking crumbled.
No.
That has never happened.
What I have said was, if he fights a less conservative style and fights aggressive, he may open himself up to the counter.
Has he ever done that?
He hasn't fought in 4 years.
Has he done it in the other 12 years that he fought?
Has he ever fought a guy that will talk as much shit as Conor McGregor?
Diaz.
Not. That's
Different
a
kind.
different kind. And to be honest, it's a different level of a fight.
You know
Hold
what?
on.
Conor
It's a different.
McGregor, his whole thing is like, oh, I'm richer than you. I make more money
No,
than
no,
you.
no,
blah,
no,
blah,
no.
blah, blah.
It's a
He's not
different.
going to have that same level of, okay, you don't have the money to afford anything.
It's
kind of
the same
conversation.
thing that Ali did. This isn't like you sit down at one press conference and you're talking shit for like once. This is going to be a repeated barrage of shit talking, and it's going to get in his head.
It's not.
I'm just saying.
Nobody's gotten in his head yet in the cage. Have you ever watched anything about GSP? He uses that shit to get fucking motivated.
I think you would
He
do.
fights every fight scared to death with a reason.
I think you would do gay shit for GSP the way you're talking.
No, my brother's a huge GSP fan too.
So am I.
That's fine, but I don't think you're being realistic about it. Who wins in a fight between GSP and Conor?
Look, at the end of the day, this is all fantasy.
Well, we're going to ask this guy.
This is all fantasy
he's
booking.
a huge Conor fan.
My honest opinion, GSP takes him down and beats him.
Beats the piss out of him.
GSP can hold.
He fights
can hold
smart.
Conor down all night.
Sure,
Yeah.
he can.
And he would.
He can.
He
But
would.
Conor's a big 155er.
GSP's a gigantic 170er.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he is.
Maybe when he first started, he was big
Was
for
he
170.
5'11"?
He is not a big 170
He's
or
5'11", walks around at like 200 some pounds.
He is not a big 170.
He didn't look big when he was fighting people like Hendricks and.
And another thing, he can't rehydrate with IVs anymore.
Okay, so neither can Conor.
But Conor's been fighting.
Conor's got to fight to get up to 170. GSP's got to lose weight to get 170.
He said that he could make 155 to Dana. The fight with Conor would be at 155.
Either way, he still kills him. Just his level of strength is through the roof compared to him.
Are you concerned in the slightest if you're in the GSP camp with, him coming back and facing a guy that's been A, active, B, is going to get under his skin and piss him off?
No, I'm not concerned.
Okay.
I've answered your question.
Who would you rather face? Who do you think offers more problems? Tyron Woodley? Stylistically now. Tyron Woodley or Conor McGregor?
You can't paint me into a corner. Nobody paints me into a corner. But if I have to pick, stylistically,
Yeah, stylistically.
T. Woodley. Who wins, Tyrone Woodley or Conor McGregor? Oh, look at you. Think. Put your thinking cap on.
I would say I think Tyron Woodley's a smart guy. I think he would look at the fight of Eddie Alvarez.
You don't think Conor gets in his head? Seems pretty easy to get in fucking Woodley's head.
No,
Yeah.
I really don't. I'm a big T Wood
Josh
fan.
or Thompson or was it Wonderboy hasn't even said anything negative, and Woodley thinks it's all negative.
No, did you see them at their last press
I've
conference?
seen plenty of their press conferences.
They're all buddy.
They're not all buddy. Trust
No,
me.
it was Wonderboy's dad that was starting the shit.
But Woodley guaranteed Conor could get in his head in a second.
Maybe
So who wins the fight?
Woodley.
Who wins GSP Woodley?
I already said Woodley.
I got GSP crushing the two of them.
Crushing.
How many?
I think Woodley's a tougher fight for him.
Yeah, I think so too. But how many rounds has GSP lost in his fights?
He lost his last couple rounds of his last fight.
I don't think so.
I think Tyron Woodley is a bigger, stronger, heavier hitting, better well-rounded, better conditioned Johnny Hendricks. And what did Johnny Hendricks do to him? He tuned him up in his last fight. And hold on.
People realize
hold
Johnny
on,
Hendricks isn't the shit they thought he was.
Hold on. And let's not also forget, in the last several GSP fights, he was getting hit more and more and more than he
Okay.
ever was. Okay? I really feel that GSP coming back is A, very welcome, but B, could be a mistake to his legacy.
Yeah, but that's why I don't think he fights anybody that's not in the top
But there's no legacy lost with Anderson Silva.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, Maybe not, because I don't think anybody in today's UFC is going to be able to match the streak that he had, the long reign. I really, honest to God, I really feel that people will talk about, at least in the ring, people will talk about Anderson Silva the same way that they talk about Ali.
Do you think he has a better, like, people are going to look at Anderson Silva different than they look GSP?
I think
it's probably split. Like, probably some people say Anderson Silva. Like, if I look at it, like, GSP's probably.
I think they represent different things.
Your thought?
I think they represent different
I think GSP
things.
Wins that.
Yeah.
I think Anderson Silva represents something different than GSP does.
What does he represent?
To me, GSP represents the evolution of the sport, what a sportsman should be, what a classy competitor should be, a person that's always carried himself with dignity and respect, someone that if my son were of age and watching that, I could say, that's how you conduct yourself. A competitor, a person that upped the skill level of the game. He, because of him, people had to put things together and be more well-rounded. That's what GSP represents to me. No, you make all the jokes that you want. I'm just saying.
I didn't say anything. He pointed to the camera, and I pointed at it earlier.
I think.
You know what?
And it finally came up on the screen.
Yeah.
And you're going to say that like that?
I think Anderson
You're going to
Silva.
be very aggressive?
Anderson
I
Silva
accept your apology.
represents what a lot of people from
Spit it out already.
not wealthy, privileged backgrounds. He was not the chosen guy.
GSP's from a wealthy, privileged background? No.
If you'd let me fucking finish. I think
Very
Anderson Silva used to work at a McDonald's where wealthy kids used to make fun of him. And he was not the guy that Brazil picked. That was Vitor Belfort, which is why you saw a lot of that animosity come out between them. Anderson Silva is a guy that shows that hard work. He represents to me the art in mixed martial arts. Because watching that guy, the things that he would do was just artful.
GSP for me is the true martial artist.
No, I'm not saying that just because GSP is a martial artist, one doesn't diminish the other. What I'm saying, to me, in my opinion, what Anderson Silva represents is the artistry of it. I think he represents that it doesn't matter where
It was unique for sure.
where you start in life. If you really you really work at something, and look, GSP wasn't some silver spoon kid. He was raised by a single mom. He was a trash man. He worked as a trash man. His mom worked several jobs to pay for his karate. So no, GSP's he's no silver spoon kid. But what I mean is in that part of the world where Anderson Silva comes from, he comes from a third world country.
So you're an Anderson Silva guy at the end of the day.
100%. Because he came in that era where he was kind of in between eras, where it was, you still had some of those pioneers competing, but then he was also next level. And just like GSP, he brought the level of the game up.
All right, so they're both whatever weight classes they.
Yeah, and I don't think
they're the greatest of all time in their divisions for sure.
I don't even say division. I think in the sport, because they forced the skill level to be raised.
Do you think that we're going to see some guys like that at XCC tomorrow night that are going to be at that next level in the next couple of years?
Well, let's talk about the XCC, because number one,
We got the fight card right behind us.
it's always interesting to see.
Zoom in on that, or switch the camera that'll show that. Move that shoulder out of the way.
It's like solid steel,
It's
isn't
like
it?
pushing a wall.
I know, right?
It's right there. Bam! XCC 27, February 24th.
I have the updated bout sheet
The Fuge
in Warminster, Pennsylvania.
Warminster, Pennsylvania.
Do we want to start from the feet up or
Let's
the tits
start
down?
from the feet up. We'll work up to the beauty of it.
All right, so we've got some AME fights, some amateur rules. This was sent to me today from Helen. You're looking good, even though you say...
Helen is looking good.
she says she accepts my lifestyle. I don't know what that means.
Well, she's very forgiving.
I think she was making some kind of a...
She said we were talking about something a few weeks ago, and she's like, you know what? Thanks for you two for always just being good to work with. And I was like, that's a really nice thing to say. Thanks, Helen.
I was going to cut a promo there for a second.
Let's talk about the fights.
Let's talk about the fights. It's not about that. So we got a couple amateur rules fights at 170 pounds. We've got Taj Blair from Simplify MMA against Rodney Allen from Balance. Now, coming from Balance,
He's got to be good with jiu-jitsu.
you know he's going to be good with jiu-jitsu because the Middle Grease guys aren't going to send out one of their
For
guys
sure, they're going to be.
that
that's
is going to represent their school and not have good ground. Jack Daniels. Charlie Marcelino.
Don't know a whole lot about him.
Marcelino, I apologize, from the UFC gym against Josh Sanchetti.
Why does
That
that name
sound
sound familiar?
familiar.
We've seen him. Josh,
Yeah.
Josh, I think we've called one of his fights before.
Sounds familiar.
He was pretty good, if I remember correctly.
Brandon Watkins from Castle Boxing
Okay.
against Shane Lang from Revolution
And
Academy.
actually, Shane Lang, which I didn't realize, is my older brother's good friend's son, Butch Lang.
Is it really?
It is. And we called his fight on the last card, and I didn't realize it. So, Butch, if you're at the fights, Shane, if you're at the fights, come up and say hi.
And a shout out to Revolution Academy. 'Cause
Yeah, Revolution Academy in Bristol, which just won. Did you see the thing that downtown Bristol won? Like,
No.
you had to vote for it, and they renovate the town.
Oh, where they did?
Bristol just won over yesterday.
Outstanding. I love Bristol.
Yeah.
That's where I was
$500,000
born.
or something?
Yeah, it was like $500,000, but I think it goes.
That's where
to,
I'm from.
It goes to like more stuff. So they're going to rejuvenate the whole downtown. Like supposedly, like today, I have a friend that's a real estate agent, and like the prices of houses right on Main Street just went fucking crazy. So he's from Revolution Academy in Bristol.
Shut-
Oh, you're going to do that to me?
I'm sorry, brother.
No, I accept your apology.
Send a shout out to Lex and Anthony and all those guys from Revolution.
Yeah. So Shane Lang, who is the son of our older brother's good friend, he's going
Butch
to be on
Lang
there.
sounds like a bad motherfucker.
Butch Lang.
I mean, holy
He was, wasn't he?
shit.
No, I don't think he was.
But his name is
I could
scary
pitch.
as
I don't think I
fuck.
could pick Butch out of a lineup.
I hope he beats the shit out of you tomorrow.
That's gonna
He's
be.
gonna be like, you said I was a pussy.
That's gonna be tough to do.
What, beating you up?
Yeah.
Well, you won't see it coming. You can't turn your head.
You shave your legs?
No.
What, are you touching him?
No. I'm looking at his legs. There's a lot of stubble right there.
No, dude, I don't shave my legs.
Bro, shaving the legs, bro.
It's from my thighs rubbing.
Bro, look at my quads, bro.
Troy Stevens from Fearless Dragons. That's an awesome name for a gym.
That is a pretty good name. For
Against
a gym.
Russ Corbel from Gracie, New Jersey.
Anybody coming out of the Gracie Academy in New Jersey? Is it a Henzo Gracie Academy?
I can't. It doesn't say
You know what?
Henzo Gracie, so it's probably.
You got Gracie in the name. You're probably pretty good at grappling. So
Yep.
let's hopefully that's a good fight.
Okay, at 125 pounds, Letitia Mole. We interviewed her.
I actually ran into Amanda Cramney yesterday in the parking lot of my gym.
Dante Rivera.
Yeah. Amanda was in the middle of a weight cut. She looked jacked, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking veins all down her forearms or her arms. She looked healthy. I said, "You ready for this fight?" She's like, "Yeah." Last time I fought my opponent, I was a little bit nice to him because I felt bad for him. I'm like, "Don't feel bad. They signed a contract just like you did." And she's like, "I know." She's like, I think Amanda's gonna come out fucking guns a blazing."
I'm looking forward to that fight.
And we like Letitia too, so I hope Letitia comes out strong too. I'm super excited to watch the fight.
I am as well. Sultan Ulu from Philly Elite MMA against Brett Floyd, another Gracie, New Jersey guy.
We see a lot of guys from Gracie.
Now, here we go. Imhotep Mohammed from...
We've seen that dude
We
fight.
have
Great name,
seen
by
him.
the way.
Imhotep. You ain't never going to forget a name like that. I mean, if my name is Imhotep, you better believe that my nickname's going to be the Pharaoh. I mean...
Does he have a nickname?
Either that
If
or
not,
the,
we better.
or the Mummy.
It should be the good name. The Mummy.
The
Mummy's
Mummy.
a good name.
Because I'm going to wrap you up, brother, and submit you.
brother, wrap you up.
Against Ryan Risco from Driven MMA. And that's at 170 pounds.
And there's like 10 or 12 fights on the card too.
There's 13.
Shit.
13 fights, people. Victor Pisani from All-Star BJJ against Joe Pfeiffer. Again, another balanced guy.
Actually, we've seen Joe Pfeiffer fight.
We have. Moving up the card, we got Marion Vidro from Henzo Gracie, Philly. Excuse me, against Aaron Kennedy from Bloomsburg MMA. One of the craziest college parties I've ever had in my life was in Bloomsburg.
It's the only one he's been to.
I was at 3. They had naked chick fights at this one.
Oh, that's pretty good.
It was pretty good.
I don't mind going that.
I know.
Who's the next fight?
155 pounds. Here we go. Vinny Aristoglia. We've seen
We
him
like
fight.
Vinny.
We do.
VO.
VO. against Cody Russell from Balance.
We like Cody Russell too.
This fight,
This is going to be a good fight.
in my
Keep
opinion,
your eye on this card.
This is going to be the dark horse for the fight of the night. These guys are going to be. And here's the thing. Look,
They're going to come out. They're going to go for it.
for people that are fight fans,
Go to your local fights.
go support your local fights, just like you would support your local bands and music scene.
I was talking to somebody earlier today, and she's like, my husband loves the UFC. I'm like, how much do you love your husband? She's like, I love him to death. I was like, you know what? Take him to local fights. He's going to love it that
He's
much
gonna
more.
like. Yes. Okay, here we go. Dalton Adams from the Fighting Dragons. They're. I mean,
We got
wait
two
a minute.
guys. Fearless. It's probably Fearless. It better be Fearless, because if it's Fighting Dragon,
They're gonna have
that
to have a
sounds cool.
dragon war.
It's a Dragon Off.
Oh my
It's
God!
a Dragon Off.
Against Dragonov. Sounds like something like a
It
stew. Against Jack Hartenstein from Reality MMA. That's
I like Jack.
145 pounds. Now we're moving up to some professional fights. Doug Haupt from Castle Boxing against Chris Catala, who we've had.
Chris Catala's got a killer mustache going right now too. Like
Does he really?
Yeah, it's like Don Fryish.
Don Fryish?
Yeah, I don't know if it's a real mustache, but I saw a picture of him the other day with a giant mustache.
Is he going to come out with the black Speedos like Dan Severn?
You never know. If you're a guy who's rocking a giant mustache, people should be scared.
Yeah. And
If-
he's a good fighter, big
Yeah,
jacked up dude.
we're
you
big
know what I
fans
mean?
of Chris Catala. He's been on our show a few weeks ago.
He told me, I talked to him, I IM'd him the other day, and he said he's not a big fan of yours,
Of course not. Nobody ever is.
but he's a big fan of mine.
I hope he asked for your autograph while we're there.
He said he wants to challenge me for the belt. And I told him that I only pick on women that are weaker than me.
But we like Chris Catala. He
I
was
do.
on the show. He was very fun to have on. He made some predictions when we were watching the fights last week. Pretty educated on the stuff that he watches.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be good. You eyeball me?
Main event of the
Eyeball
evening.
me.
Joe Weissel from Scorpion Fighting Systems. That's a good fucking name.
They should have a Scorpion versus Dragon.
I know. Versus Rob Watley from Conquest BJJ, 155
That's the main event?
pounds. That's the main event. That's
Okay.
the top of the card.
That's gonna be a good night of cards, or a good card of nights, or a good night of
Fights.
and a good card of the night.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different things that could be there.
So, XCC 27 at the Fuge.
At the Fuge, ladies and
Warmester.
gentlemen.
I think all the front row stuff sold out.
Yeah, it is.
There's some other seats available. Bullet and I will be there. If you watch the show, please say hi to us. It makes us feel really important.
It does.
It really does.
I'm going to be all gimmicked up in my
Cowboy hat?
I've got no.
Is it hard to find a hat for that 5-gallon bucket head?
Well, that's why they used to call me Bullet Head at BJJ United.
But yeah, but now your hair, when I met you, your head was like a bullet. Now it's kind of just like
Well, that's because I got hair on it. Don't be jealous.
it's like a cinder block.
Are you jealous that I can grow
You're
luxurious hair?
Be
Be honest.
You're cinder bullet.
Be honest.
No,
You are.
I'm not. I'm proud of you. You should latch on to that because that's all you got going.
For right now. No, for real, because what's going to happen is I'm going to
You do have a really luxurious hair. And
I
you
am-
know what that is? That's bald, angry guy coming out.
is what it is.
It is. It's bald guy
Um,
angry.
We also got to talk about Bellator over the weekend.
Oh, shit.
Fedor was supposed to fight Matt Mitrione.
And who got sick? Mitrione?
Mitrione did. He had to get like ridiculous kidney stones removed.
Do you think he got scared or he got actually kidney stones?
No, I think that was him trying to do a weight cut. I think he was trying to put weight on.
That's tough on the body.
Yeah, it is.
He's got to cut down. It was a 265 they were fighting at, right?
Maybe it was a weight cut. I don't know. But Fedor is going to be rescheduling his debut in the Bellator promotion for sometime in May or June. I'm a huge Fedor fan. I'm a huge Fedor fan.
I am not. He hasn't fought anybody. Oh my God, my brain hurts.
You don't think at one time Fedor was one of the best heavyweights in the world, if not the best?
Yep.
Okay, so what's your fucking problem with Fedor?
I don't have a problem with him. I think he's one of the best ever.
So what's your problem with him? You said I'm not a big fan of his.
I'm not a big fan of his
Why?
because I don't like him. I don't think he's fought anybody in particular. But he's the greatest of all time.
I like Fedor. I mean, obviously, admittedly, he's on the tail end of his career. He's not.
He's never been on the front end.
You don't think?
No.
Did you see the first Nogueira fight that he almost fucking...
I don't think Nogueira was in the fucking top end.
He's like a
Hold on.
Tootsie Roll.
Hold on.
lollipop.
Hold
Yeah,
on.
it's like
World will
3
never
licks.
know.
to your
Hold on.
World-
Stop
world
this.
will never
Stop
know.
it right
The
now.
world will never
Stop
know.
it right now. I'll accept a lot of bullshit coming out of your face.
This isn't bullshit.
You're going to talk shit on Minotauro Nogueira, and you don't think he's one of the top 10 greatest of all time.
No. I'm not even joking.
You're out of your fucking mind.
Nope. Nope. Nope, nope, nope.
You're out of your mind. You know what I'm going to do right now?
Gonna end the show.
No.
No, because you know what I want to still talk about?
What?
How did his little card game go this past
Hey,
weekend?
how'd your Music the Gathering go?
Hold on.
How did your Music the Gathering go?
I'm going to play a bass guitar.
And you know what? It's weird because he had pictures of Magic the Gathering or whatever he plays. Who's that?
Fedor.
Wilson's not going to answer the phone.
He answered the other day.
He's not answering today.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
I bet you he
Oh,
does.
you're going to throw him in a bus because Nogueira's like in his food chain?
Oh, you can't put him on the hook on that.
You
I'm not going
can't
to put
do
him on the
that.
hook. He's going to tell you that you're out of your fucking mind.
He's not going to answer. He's watching at home and he knows you're fucking dumb. He's like, I don't want to answer Bullet's dumb question. Leave a message. He's not answering.
Hello, sorry, Mr. Call. This is
Hello.
Wilson Hayes. Leave a brief, detailed message, and now please we'll call you back as soon as possible. Thank you very much, and have a great day.
Did he stop speaking English? Like his English in person is way better.
Wilson, it's Bullet. We're doing a podcast live on the air right now, and Chris, who hopes to one day get a black belt from you, I wouldn't give it to him after this bullshit, said that Nogueira is not one of the top 10 greatest of all time. Please call him and text him and tell him he's a dumb gringo. This is the guy who got a tattoo in Portuguese on his chest, and he's going to say that Nogueira is not one of the top 10 of all time. I love you. I'm glad that you're safe. Give me a call back, and please tell Chris he's a douche. Love you. Bye.
So anyway, that's very hurtful.
You're never getting your black belt now.
Never getting it anyway.
Never.
Never. Let's end the show. We got a big day tomorrow. Fired.
No, what happened? What
Oh,
happened?
Magic the Gathering?
Music the Gathering?
Yeah, he's fucking.
I had a really
He
good
posted that you were some fucking lake. Yeah, look at your Instagram post. It said
Yeah, it was at Lake Minnetonka.
Where the fuck is that?
Apparently, you've never seen Purple Rain, you bitch.
Is that where he takes her?
And dumps her. You got to cleanse yourself in the waters of Lake Minnetonka.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
This guy.
This guy.
Did you happen to see where I put the location of our studio?
That's why nobody showed up at the studio tonight?
The Dude Bro Podcast Coliseum.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Let's end this show.
No, we're not going to end it just yet. What was it? The Magic Gathering night was really good, actually. And I had a lot of fun.
I'm glad.
Did you win?
I won both my matches.
Oh, what weight class did you fight at?
Heavyweight.
Look at that smile when he said it.
He's like,
I won both of my matches.
Very pleasing.
I constructed this really good deck.
Can I just say something?
Sure.
I will beat the shit out of you in Magic the Gathering.
Assemble a deck.
I don't need to assemble a deck. I just called you out. You assemble your own deck.
Deck assemble.
I have an assistant over there.
You got something in your face.
I have
Look
an
at that.
assistant over there.
In your face. Did you get that on tape?
Hold on.
Did you get it on tape?
Hold on. You have some blood leaving your body right now.
I got a gun.
And end the show.